music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So all around town radio show is where I go for the latest planned info. So all around town radio show for the music that comforts my soul. It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio.
Hey everybody, welcome to the program. It's a Monday, that means it's the weekend update. We'll be right back with you in just a minute with our list of who we got to see.
It's the weekend review. It's a Bible coming for you. Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well. Whatever, man. We're coming, who's playing out? Off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to raise some hell. With all around, you know, plan to do it well.
Come on now, there we go. There we go. Show. Oh, there we go. All right, let's kill that theme song. Thank you, sweet sister Mercy, for that one. Let's see who's jumping in today. Chris Thompson in the house from Uncle Rico. Good to have you with us. Kevin Cooper with me. Let me see what's going on with my microphone here. It's sounding funky. It is. Hope you're hearing it all right. I'm hearing it all right. Yeah, it's there. It is just funky in my ears, I guess. Welcome, one and all, to the program here. It is a Monday. That means it's who's playing out. No, I'm just kidding. See, I'm seeing if you're listening. It's a Monday. That means it's a weekend update. Because we did Who's Playing Out last Thursday. Only got about 1,000 views on that one, but it was the holiday weekend. We did it on Wednesday, actually, and brought it to you. So that's how confused I am. Ed Sawicki in the house. How are you? Good to have you with us. Chris can hear me fine. All right. Thank you. Hi, Kara. Thank you for dropping in. Hello, Glenn, checking in on the YouTube channel. It is time for the show. Kevin Cooper in the house. Got your message, Kevin. I haven't had a chance to respond yet, but it's great. Thank you. Let's see. Snowpocalypse. Yes. Yes, the weatherman is predicting some snow overnight tonight into tomorrow. I am not a weatherman, so I'm not going to give you the forecast, but I'll tell you that anytime the weatherman says that, it puts a big whammy on all kinds of things. We may even discuss that on one of our future shows here, because how did we ever survive? You know, how did we ever survive? I don't know. Nowadays, it's crazy. The winds can be gusty and they cancel schools. Yeah, it's amazing to me. It is. But that's just how it works. Sorry, guys. Still raspy. Still got the Ohio crud. But I'm hanging in there. Bob Klein, thank you for being with us. Good to have you there. And good to have you all with us today. Bob Klein from Rock House. Dewey Cole in there. Yes. I read the same post from Dave Wade, and several other people have commented on that to me. Just amazing how that weather works, but we'll see. Luckily, tonight, overnight, and into tomorrow is not a huge music day in the tri-state. So for live local music, that is probably the best day we could have snowfall, because otherwise, man, these venues pull the trigger quick. A lot of them start killing the bands early, and it just shocks me. And then it doesn't snow, and it's like, why? But that's how it works. All right, let's get started, guys. Weekend update. If you did not post on our call for that on our page yesterday, please drop us a comment today. Let us know who you got to see and where you got to see them over the weekend, because it is definitely important that we support these music venues. I have seen in the last week 3 other folks who have live music that have canceled either live music or canceling the whole venue. Times are getting tough for those folks, and a lot of them are just throwing in the towel, and that's hard to see. So hopefully we can continue to support all our live local music venues and those who certainly pay the musicians for the gigs and the musicians who play in them. Very important. Hi, Jim McCarthy. How are you? Hi, Brian. Good to have you with us today. Glenn got to see 2 great shows this weekend at Miami Valley Gaming, the Groove Masters, Makes You Dance, okay, and the Bell and the Bear, Blackbone Cat, so damn good. Yeah, I thought about Blackbone Cat on Saturday, and I spent the afternoon, to be honest with you, having a few beers and enjoying the Buckeye football game at our local Eagles club here with some friends, including Heather from Heather's and Jerry, her husband, and a lot of fun people there. And I just didn't make the trip. I just felt like after having a few beers, I needed to stay in. You know how it goes. You do. And thank you very much, Jim McCarthy. I appreciate you very much. Thank you. And yes, Dave's gig was not canceled. Yeah, but there was a lot that were. That's true there, Dewey. I don't know if you saw that or not, but it wasn't Dave Wade's gig that was canceled. They played, but again, it also scares off the customer base, and you turn on the news and it's like, stay home, impending death, and then it's nothing. Bob says, seems like the quick trigger finger to cancel shows may be a product of financial realities that the venues are dealing with. I think you're spot on with that, and I think we're going to talk about that tomorrow on the Hot Topic Tuesday. It sounds like an incredibly good topic to discuss tomorrow, so join us tomorrow at 5, guys. You want to talk about that, because I do think there's an underlying cause to that. I don't think it's the snow as much as it is we can't afford the financial hit if we don't get any customers and have to pay this band thing. So that's just Scott's opinion. And the venue's pretty quick to cancel. They are pretty quick. Interesting. What's up, Carla? Thank you. Carla, your shirts are on order, by the way, just so you know. Carla won shirts about 6 months ago. They're finally on order. And speaking of our merchandise, guys, from All Around Town Radio, the support local music shirts, tanks, all that stuff, it is down to the wire. You're about 10 hours away, whatever time it is. No less than that. Gosh, what are we? 7 hours away or so from the end of that. It goes offline tonight at midnight. So please, if you want to order, do it on Cyber Monday and order yourself some apparel if you can. That would be wonderful. So thanks for joining us today. Hope you had a great weekend of live local music. I had a couple good nights of live local music I want to talk about today. And then we're going to get you to chime in as well and drop us some comments if you can. And I'm going to cover some of the comments that were posted on our page too, and talk about all the people who went out and enjoyed live local music in places that I wasn't. So right there, let's go back to Wednesday though. Huge bar night. Huge night in the music industry. One of the biggest ones. It's a toss-up between the night before Thanksgiving and Halloween. I think the night before Thanksgiving edges out Halloween sometimes. And I don't know if you were out somewhere and it was busy, tell me. If it wasn't busy, tell me. Because that's interesting too, because I saw a little lull in the crowds at some places on that night, which are usually a huge night, the night before Thanksgiving, because so many people come into town and visit, and everybody says, well, let's go out, have a little fun, go somewhere for the night before we have to do all the family things on Thursday. And interesting. Dewey, what? You didn't get to see one band? Yeah, well, I took Saturday night off too. It was just that kind of weekend in a way, or long weekend as it should be. And so we'll get into that for real today. But I want to talk about Wednesday night for me, the night before Thanksgiving, because I got to see a wonderful band called Uncle Rico. These guys don't oversaturate themselves. They don't play a ton, but they do play once a month, sometimes maybe a twice a month thing. if they can get it in there. And Uncle Rico, a fantastic cover band up here in the Dayton area. And they are going to venture south this year. I think they've got a booking at the Bell and the Bear. So that'll be fun for Uncle Rico. They're a lot of fun. So plan on that. If you can find that on the schedule at Bell and the Bear, or Chris Thompson, if you're out there, if you want to drop that date in into the comments, that'd be even better. I don't have it right here in front of me, but I want to tell you about Uncle Rico. These guys are all seasoned professional musicians who do a wonderful job of playing live music and playing covers. I mean, that's what they do. They play great covers. I'll get into their set list in just a minute. January 30th, Bell and the Bear. There you go. Thank you. And what is that, Bob Klein? I'm lost. He says, what? It's like I don't even know you anymore. I don't know. I don't know what that means. I'm lost in the comments here. But maybe Dewey. Maybe he's talking about Dewey. I don't know. But Chris Thompson says January 30th, they'll be at the Bell and the Bear, and they're going to venture south, which will be a great show there. And the people at the Bell are going to love this group. Frontman Jimmy Bodish, absolutely one of the best frontmen you'll ever see from the point of entertainment and craziness and just his quick wit with the audience. He really plays off the audience very well. And then Chris Thompson, who's with us right now behind the drum kit, just beating away on that electronic drum kit back there. And he is talking to you, Dewey. Okay, gotcha. What's going on? And Sean Cooper says Uncle Rico always jams. They do. And I miss seeing you there that night, Coop, you know. But it was a good show. And gosh, you know, I'm going to have to run out of the studio for a minute, probably, and grab something because I forgot to bring in, I have it on my counter out there. I forgot to bring in the gift that you may have seen online. I posted it online that the boys from Uncle Rico and especially their sound man, Bach Mitchell, had made for me. And they went around, Bach went around, and he snuck all over hell and back to get over 100 musicians to sign this. And it was really cool. I should have brought it in here, and I didn't before the show, but it is online. I'll just leave it at that. The pictures are online. You can see it on our page. But a super nice, kind gift, and a very nice thing that Jim Bodish said on stage about me and All Around Town Radio and brought me up there. I was a little scared, though. I will tell you, when they called me to come up front, I was like, what are they doing? And no, I'm not going to sing with the band tonight. I've done that on occasion, but not with Uncle Rico. And they got me up there and then started to do all this and presented this. And what a nice thing. And Bach is such a great guy. He did a wonderful thing there by getting out. And in fact, he was at the Bell and the Bear Jam a couple of Thursdays ago. And I was there and he had it well hidden. He had people signing it while I was there and I didn't even know it. I mean, and I'm usually pretty aware of what's going on in that place, but yes. And what is that? At least one photographer's signature? Yes. It was Ed Sawicki. Thank you. And it was really great to have all those signatures and all the people who thought nice enough to just take part in that. So I've got to give a huge shout out to Bach. What a great guy. And thank you so much for doing that. And it is, Carla, it was full of love and appreciation. And I appreciate that band so much. That's why I was there. I had so many choices to be out and about with. I had no idea they were going to pull that off. They had no idea I was going to be there. So I don't think it was like I think it was kind of an impromptu thing. If I showed up, they were going to do that. And I had a great time with Uncle Rico. And I was talking about the people in the band. Thank you, Mark. Appreciate that. What's up, Emily? Look, there is Emily. We have Archer's Gate in the house. Thank you so much for being here. And I was talking about Chris behind the drum kit, Bob on the bass, Jay Grant on guitar, slaying the guitar, and John Hay back there, the music professor behind the keyboards. He is a guy I've known for years and years and years and years. And John does a great job as well in this band. And, of course, Bach running the sound. It was a well-oiled machine that night at Mr. Burroughs Tavern. The party was on. The crowd was on. Our friends were there. Lots of musicians in the house. Matt Smith from Stranger was in the house, along with Benny Bodine stopped in. Gosh, there was a whole lot more than that. Dirk Turner from Crying Out Loud joined us that night. We just had a ball. And always fun watching this band play. I got some good photographs of them. They're my amateur photographs, but you can check them out. They're no Ed Sawicki's, as I always like to throw in there, but they're halfway decent. Hello, Foxwood Acoustic Experience. Thank you for joining us today on the program here on a Monday. This is our weekend update, guys. I'm talking about Wednesday. Went way back to Wednesday and the night before Thanksgiving. There was so much that went on. If anybody saw somebody the night before Thanksgiving that you really thought stood out, that were just fantastic, please drop it in the comments. I'd love to hear from you. And I'll get to some of the comments on our page in just a little bit about that as well. But Uncle Rico, I would call them a party band. And the set list they play, and don't confuse when I say party band with, you're not getting all the party songs that you would get from, like a wedding band or something like that. You're getting a variety of music that people can relate to and love to hear. And this band, Uncle Rico, started out, I'm going to talk to you about their set lists here. They kicked the first set off with Royals, Crazy, Ramble On, Dance Hall Days, Don't You Forget About Me, Always Something There to Remind Me. This is just getting the party started. Pretty Vegas was in there, Addicted to Love, Never Tear Us Apart, One Headlight, Stupid Girls, Superstition, Sweet Emotion, Under Pressure, Come Together, Some Kind of Wonderful, and then Jimmy doing a great version of 99 Red Balloons, Luft Balloons, as it's called. New Sensation, a little NXS music for you. Der Kommissar was in there. Short Skirt, Long Jacket. Not many bands do that one. I like that song. Just Like Heaven by The Cure and Wholehearted, along with What's Up, rounded out the first long set that night with Uncle Rico. And then comes set two. Let me get it in a position where I can read it to you here. And if you like any of these songs they play, please comment on it. We'd love to hear from you guys. You need to be more interactive today, people. I know it's post-holiday. You're all still working off the tryptophan, turkey, coma, and all that stuff. But please comment about these songs and Uncle Rico. And if you're hearing this and you're in the South watching, if you're down in the Cincy area, mark the 30th on your calendar and come to the Bell and the Bear and check this band out. You'll really enjoy their style. You'll really enjoy the fun that they have there. And giving a little bit of everything, Carla, you're right. And listen to set two. And we went a little country. Long Neck, Beer Never Broke My Heart, Seven Nation Army. We did that for the Bucks there, a little OH. Another one, Bites the Dust, Personal Jesus, Frankie Goes to Hollywood's Relax. They did a little mashup of Epic, Jump Around, and Wishing Well. Then they throw in Tennessee Whiskey, Fooled Around, and Fell in Love, an old Elvin Bishop tune, which is one of my favorite songs of all time, by the way. I love that song. And then Boogie Shoes, Word Up by Cameo, My Own Worst Enemy, a little lit action there, Paralyzer, and Take Me Out, kind of a combo there, A Dirty Little Secret, London Bridge, Sexy Back, Talk Dirty to Me. And then you've got Funky Music, 500 Miles, Melt With You, Mr. Brightside, just to name a few in this band. What a set list and what fun Uncle Rico is anytime you go see him. And I will do my best to be at the Bell and the Bear on the 30th to watch him debut down there and see how the Cincinnati crowd reacts to this band, because they're just so much fun. So much damn fun. They are. And I've got to, what do we got? Brad's in there. Brad said he hosted yes, it is a crazy cool set list. And what do we got here? I got to get the comments before I get into the rest of this. And then a thank you to Mr. Burroughs Tavern, too, for the great hospitality. Wonderful staff, as always, there. And they take great care of us. And thank you. And thanks to Tony and Deb for getting pictures of that little presentation that the band did to yours truly. And gosh, who else? Dawn Grant for getting a little video of that. Thank you so much as well. So wonderful stuff. And did I like the Jack White Thanksgiving halftime show in Detroit? I know. How about live guitars and vocals at a halftime show? Interesting, huh? Interesting. What did you think about that, Dewey? I mean, it's very rare that a halftime show gets nothing but lip sync, you know? It is. Brad says, yes, Carla, that's a cool set list. Hosted family for Thanksgiving. Still talked your wife into seeing Thing 1, Thing 2 at Monkey Bar Wednesday. Great energy. Mike and Pat are, Al, Mike, and Pat are great guys. Thank you. They really are. Chris, it was a pleasure to hang out with you guys. Thank you so much for that presentation from the band. Totally, if you see Bach again, tell him thank you. I've sent him messages and thanked him, but please pass my thanks on to Bach. That meant a lot. And the fact that he could pull that off at the Bell the other night, and I saw it sitting back there, but I had no idea what it was. It was back off the stage in the back side of the room, and it was interesting. Hi, Paula. And Dewey said, love to just wish rock was more represented on a national stage. Yeah. Well, just tune in Eddie Trunk. Sometimes you want to hear him get fired up about like Super Bowl halftime shows and that. And, why have they not had Kiss on or somebody, iconic like that to do those kind of shows and let them do the entirety of the show. Don't throw Dua Lipa in there or anybody else with them. I mean, the mashup stuff's fine, but just let them play a little rock sometimes. And, I had somebody tell me the other day, you're just a rock guy. That's all you guys promote is rock on your page. It's not true. I love country music. I love rock music. I like jazz music. I like funk music a lot. So please know that. I'm not just a rock guy. It just happens to be that a lot of the bands that support us are rock bands. They are. And so we're going to scratch the back of those who scratch ours every single time. What's up, John Esper? Thank you from Columbus. And Chris says, Bach is sneaky. You were sneaky too, Chris. You were there at the Bell that night as well, and you didn't let the cat out of the bag. You did. Yes, I talk about Truck a lot. I talk about Britches Down a lot. I love the country side of things. I'm not a big bro country guy. I've said that on the show. I mean, some of this country artists today all sound the same to me, but that's just neither here nor there. Let's get back to our weekend update. What do you say? Ed Sawicki, you're winning the award today for popping up the most on my Facebook screen saying you're watching. And thank you for that. And Mark says, he likes country music. Just ask the Name That Tune crowd. Yeah, that's my Achilles heel for people, man. I play the country sometimes and I can make or break the folks on the set list for Name That Tune. I can. And Kevin says the mass media impression is that rock fans are the has-beens. Yeah, I know what you mean, Kevin. And there's some great bands out there. I mean, listen to that set list that Uncle Rico did. Now, they threw everything in there from country to rock to funk to dance music. They had it all going on to 80s, pop. A lot of great stuff. So that's what I love about bands that play those covers like that and mix it up some, because it's appealing to everybody. It really is. And I'm with you, Carla. I love good music. And anytime you could help my man behind the lens, thank you so much. You're wonderful. And yes, John, congratulations to our Buckeyes. Absolutely. That was a great day for us. And I may have partaken in a few adult beverages, which hence meant I didn't go out Saturday night, which hurts the bar business. I know it does. Those games at noon sometimes put a little dampening on the crowd. Depending, if they would have lost, it'll really put a dampening on the crowd. But that's just the way it works. Hi, Stefan. How are you? Thanks for being here from the Bell and the Bear. Good to have you with us. So, tomorrow, tune into Hot Topic Tuesday, brought to you by the Bell and the Bear tomorrow, because we are going to talk about this Snowmageddon stuff. And whose fault is it? I mean, I've had to cancel gigs that I couldn't get to. I had to cancel one year at the Bell and the Bear. I was trying to get down there and just, my GPS was telling me 2 hours and 45 minutes to get to the Bell and the Bear because of ice and road conditions and all that. So sometimes you got to just say no, but the venues pulling the hair trigger really quick just is really starting to interest me as to why. Hi, Dave Shores. Thank you for being with us. All right, let's move on. That was my Wednesday night. Let's talk about Friday night. Got an invite to come out Friday night. There was a lot to do Friday night as well. Went to O'Leary's Pub and Grub in Centerville, Ohio. Now, I will tell you, O'Leary's had a great crowd. There was a double bill that night. The boys from Love Bomb opened the show, and Last Call closed the show. And I've seen both of these bands. I've talked about both of these bands before. I will say Love Bomb has added some music, which is really appealing to their set list, and had a great time with them as well. Love Bomb is made up of the same lead singer as Last Call. So Chris Reynolds is in that both of the groups, hence why it's fairly easy for them to play together. But in Last Call, Larry Offner playing bass, Chris Reynolds up front on the lead there. And then you've got, what's really cool is Matt Smith from Stranger playing with them, and Kobe Utterback from Stranger also playing drums. So that's wonderful. Thank you, John, for ordering your shirt. I appreciate that. And Jim, nobody cares about your Bears. Thank you. Love you, Jim. So let's talk about Love Bomb for a minute. They had the crowd rolling. A little different style than what Last Call is. Last Call, I would classify playing a lot more yacht rock music and those kind of things. But Love Bomb threw some Thin Lizzy in there. Loving that. Just some really good stuff. And I had a great time there. A lot of friends there at O'Leary's in Centerville. Had an interesting thing happen with the server. I won't get into that, though. I'm going to leave that alone there. Just interesting. But O'Leary's, always fun place to go. Always a great crowd. They have a music-loving crowd there. They have a lot of live music there. Wonderful food, wonderful drink in that place, and a huge Friday night crowd just there for both Love Bomb and, of course, Last Call, who are regulars in the place playing, and their own regular crowd, which is huge to begin with. You can go by O'Leary's at 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and it's full. It's just one of those kind of places, just a neighborhood bar that is very nice. Nah, I'm going to leave that alone, Dewey. I need to leave that alone. I don't want to open a can of worms today. There's already enough hate on Facebook right now within the music community. I'll leave that one be. So let me talk about, first of all, I love Larry Offner. I captured a great picture of him playing. He plays with such intensity on bass in Love Bomb. Larry, gosh, I've known him a long time as well. Super good guy. Always very, very friendly to everyone. And just he helps make that band what it is. And it's good. It's real good. Chris Reynolds has one of the best voices in the Dayton area. If you've never heard Chris Reynolds sing, Chris can belt out any tune. I mean, the guy could sing the phone book. He's that good and wonderful there. And, of course, Matt Smith, an accomplished guitar player, plays there. And server problems with your fans only page. Thank you, Ed. Thank you, Ed. I am riding the peace train today, Carla. I'm trying to. So let me talk, though, about the transition, okay? Because they played for about an hour and a half, and then up comes Last Call to play an hour and a half. And Last Call gets up there, and they did. And let me introduce the band first of all. Chris Reynolds on vocals in Last Call. David Linda on bass and harmonies, wonderful vocals out of him. Evan Wheeler, great vocalist, great guitar player on guitar. And then back there Kelly on drums. And Kelly just does a remarkable job as well. So wonderful band. But let me tell you what they did. They played a song about midway through their first set. And they didn't take a break, by the way. They took a 1 minute pee break for David Linda, who has the bladder the size of a small bird, I think. He had to run to the bathroom real fast, but he was back out on stage very quickly. We hope he washed his hands. But David did a great job that night as well of keeping it going. But they did a version of Styx Renegade, which has to be, in my eyes, probably the best cover I've ever heard of that song. And I'm just going to say that. I mean, it had to be the most spot on harmony vocals that I've heard out of a local band doing that song ever. just fantastic. They played tunes from ELO. Jay Ferguson's Thunder Island. They take you back to that yacht rock era. Dancing in the Moonlight, several Christopher Cross songs, Ride Like the Wind, they just kill it on. And Matt Smith got up there, did a little harmony vocals with the band. America, they do a lot of America tunes. They did a great version of the Rolling Stones' Miss You, the only disco song the Rolling Stones ever did. Everybody did a disco song, even Kiss, back in the day. Some Billy Joel. They did a great version of Overkill from Men at Work. And then several Little River Band tunes as well. This band's the real deal, guys. Last Call, if you ever get a chance and you like that era of music, please go see them. Just a remarkable band with great talent. These guys have been playing for years. And if you look at the band, I mean, you've got Chris in Love Bomb, and he's in Last Call as well. And then David and Chris do a duo thing. And then, of course, David Linda plays bass in Barely Able as well. So they're all seasoned musicians. And Evan's been in the music business forever and ever and ever. His brother Adam Wheeler is the lead singer in Genesis Retouched. So he comes from some backbones, too, of some great family history and music there as well. So really a cool group. If you ever get a chance, go see Last Call. And thank you to O'Leary's for hosting both these bands and having a great night. Glenn, you would love Last Call. They're right in your wheelhouse, man. I'm telling you. And you need to check them out sometime if you get a chance. What everybody says to me, if it's their first time seeing Last Call, is wow, the harmonies. And they are. Even just the combination of just David and Chris in their duo when they're out there, the Last Call duo, is amazing. But you throw Evan into the mix, the vocals are off the chain good and really fun. So thank you to Love Bomb and Last Call for being a part of our weekend. And that was it for me. I spent Saturday watching the Buckeyes play, got there at 11 a.m., didn't leave till 4 or 5, and got home and said, that's it. Yes. Yes, Mark. For real. And Carla says her wheelhouse as well. Sorry, guys, I got the gravelies going. So let me get real quick, though. Like I said, I saw 2 nights worth of music along with Thanksgiving celebration. Got to give a shout out to my daughter. I made the turkey. She made the rest. We had a blast at her house. And a big shout out to her and my granddaughter, Aubrey, who made the dessert. And she, at age 12, was very proud of her apple crisp. I'm just going to say it. Yes. And we love that. We love that. Yes. Adam Wheeler plays in a bunch of projects, Mark. And one, you've got to see the Genesis Retouched project with him singing lead in it as well. I know you've seen Asia, the Steely Dan one, but check that one out if you can. So Ed Sawicki wrote in that he saw Zazu at the Bell and the Bear on Friday and Spherical Agenda at the Woodward Theater this weekend. Stephanie Bell got to see a great country band called Leadfoot, another band that I really like, Leadfoot. And she wrote, please check them out and give their page a like. Stephanie from Don't Tell Steve shouting out another band there, which I love. And Hollywood, from my buddy Hollywood from Hamilton, he got to see Southern Summer at Laurie's Roadhouse. Fantastic band, great vibe. I think he also took in the Michelle Robinson band there as well. Let's see, RPG and the Kentucky Tumbleweeds. Got to see Jimmy Klepper and friends at Stanley's Pub. There you go. Thank you for that. And what do we got? Still need to see Catalina Wine Mixer Band. Yes, that's another one that's awesome, Dewey. And I haven't seen them playing much lately. I don't know what's going on with that band, but I'd love to see them again. I loved them. They used to be called the Yacht Rock Review or something, and they had to change the name due to a conflictive band name somewhere else, but they made it Catalina Wine Mixer, which was cool, and it's a good band. Wild Bill Video wrote in that he saw CFG and the Family Wednesday, and he saw Angela Combs at Laurie's Roadhouse Friday. He did the Thursday jam at the Bell and the Bear. I missed that one Thursday night as well because I was Thanksgiving with my friends and family. Larry, thank you, man. Always good to see you, my friend. And what a great show you guys put on. I love the new tunes you guys have added. Love Bomb has definitely added some great music to their list. Brian Eiley, this guy's got to be one of the biggest supporters in local music. Gosh, he saw 25 acts he saw this week, and he wrote them all down. So many. But let's see, some highlights in there that I might know. Sean McGarry, which is always great. Noah and Dave Keller at Macaulay's Pub. Or Mansion Hill, Noah, he said. Maybe that was it. Northside Tavern. He saw the Comet Bluegrass. So many. I Dig Pig at the Fairfield Pub. DV8 at the Naughty Pine. Now, there's a show right there. DV8 at the Pine, always good. Yes, what do we got? I remember changes, but still rocking, I've heard. Yes, absolutely. Bob Klein. Not nearly every yacht rock band he knows has to change their name. Yeah. You don't use the yacht rock term very much. It's hard. There's some people that have some strong lawyers that have that name pinned down. And dozen bands called Last Call on Facebook. Is Last Call Dayton? Last Call Dayton. Look that up, Jim McCarthy. Last Call Dayton. There's also a picture of their logo on my page, the little banner in front of the band, so you can check that out and see what their logo looks like on Facebook as well. Last Call Dayton. Chuck and Andy Jensen got to see The Last Waltz. Now, I go to that normally every year. Such a Night, it's called, at the Victoria Theater in Dayton. Didn't make it this year. On Wednesday night, but great, awesome local musicians that reenact, if you're familiar with the band's Last Waltz and the video and the movie that Martin Scorsese put together. It's wonderful stuff, and that's a great night at the Victoria always. Then a band, I love the name, the Shady Pine, like from Golden Girls, Shady Pines, at the Barrel in Springboro. Lance Moore got to see the best 90s and classic country band called East of Austin at Bleachers on Drinksgiving. John Esper saw no one. Poor John. I'm sorry, John. What's up, Chad? Thanks for being here. And once again, Bob says, for example, Boaterhead from Cleveland was originally Yachtly Crew. Had to cease and desist from Motley. Yeah. Man, Motley Crue's another one of those bands that you don't mess with their name at all. It's like Don Henley, man. I don't know, he gets real hinky about that stuff. Chad says Under the Sun crushed Little Miami again. There you go. You know, I got to get them to send their gigs to me. I don't get Under the Sun gigs unless they're playing like at the Bell or something. So we gotta work that out, Chad. Talk to somebody, will you? Don Alt saw Zazu at the Bell on Friday and Backbeat at Big Ash Brewing on Saturday. Michelle Upton took in White Knuckle Weekend at Kings Point Pub. Jody Farrell saw Chris Young at the Hard Rock. And Brian Boggs saw DV8 rock the house at the Naughty Pine. Heather Brockman saw Blackbone Cat at the Bell and the Bear. She said, so good. Dan Moore saw Tasting Color at Devil Wind Brewing. Brad Hopper said Michelle Robinson at Lori's was off the hook. And Ken Stapleton from Finding Melissa and the Contenders went out this weekend. Didn't have a gig. Saw Party Punch at Wings. And Ashley Knapp and Ty Richards at Entropy Brewing. And Eric from Mojo Rising saw Zazu at the Bell and the Bear. And that's just to name a few that got written into us this week. So awesome stuff. Awesome sauce. What time we got here? Where are we at? I can't even tell. I'm about done. We're about out of time. There we go. And yes. We need a Wednesday with the band featuring Tom Parsons. I know we do. We need to get him on here. And there's my good buddy Jerry. It was great to hang with you on Saturday. You were the reason I didn't go out Saturday night, Jerry, because I hung with you all day at the Eagles watching our Buckeyes win. What a great day that was to hang out with Jerry and Heather and enjoy a wonderful day of friendship and rooting on the Buckeyes. We did. So that's about it for today, guys. If you did see somebody that really stood out to you over the weekend, please drop it in the post on our page that we posted earlier today. It says, who did you enjoy playing live local music this last week and where? And please name the venue too. Tag the venue in it if you will. Again, a big thank you to Bach and Uncle Rico for the presentation the other night. That signature, as soon as I get the hanger for it, Bach's going to give me a hanger for it. We're going to put it up right back here behind me in the studio somewhere. I'll be rearranging something to put it up there so you guys can see it in the background. And wonderful stuff, guys. Thank you so much for being a part of our music community. And yes, we're going to do it again this Saturday, aren't we? We are, Jerry. For real, for real. And if you do know a band that would like to be on our Wednesday with the band, send them my way, and we'll get them signed up for that and on the schedule. We do have Crown Watts coming up, not this week, but next week, because they're doing a big Rush tribute. And we're going to have Crown Watts join us for that. Good stuff there as well. So that's all I got today. Thanks for tuning in to Haul Around Town Radio. And on behalf of our great big staff here at Haul Around Town Radio, that's me, I want to thank you for watching today. You have just about 6 hours left to order that support local music attire for this go around. Hopefully we'll be back sooner than later with that again. The place that we do that is very busy, and hats off to them. They started as a very small business, and they have grown into an absolutely huge business. And we appreciate them, 937 Inc. here in Springboro, for taking care of us. And we're buying what is local. So thanks to that group. I know there's a lot of people out there doing that, Mario and people like that who do a great job. But we're trying to stay real local with our monies and so on. Remember, if you order that apparel, it will be shipped to you if you want it, or you can pick it up at 937 Inc. if you're in the Springboro area. But they'll ship it directly to you. No middleman. I don't make money off these shirts. Please know that. I do make a little percentage of the sales, which we roll right back into shirts. And they make me some shirts, and I give them away at different events and so on. So that's how that works. But our goal is to get the support local music theme out there as much as we can. Thanks for watching today, guys. And remember, tune in tomorrow as we talk about Snowmageddon. We're going to chat about that a little bit. Who knows? Karis may have another topic too. I haven't talked to her yet, but we'll definitely talk about venues pulling the trigger quickly when it snows to cancel shows. That should be fun. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Here's Sweet Sister Mercy taking us out. Bye-bye.
Working for the weekend, then I want to see a show. I flip on the book of face. Yeah, I know where to go. There's a man over there into the music scene, showing lots of love for the community. With great advice, I know who I should go see. So All Around Town Radio Show.
Hey, Bob Klein, there you are, buddy, if you're still out there. Representing our apparel in Key West.
It's the All Around Town Radio Show. The All Around Town Radio. It's the Weekend Review. Coming for you.
Here's Dewey.
Speaking with the fans, sometimes they don't show well, whatever, man. We're coming, who's playing out off the open jam with the who's who of talent. Come Friday night, ready to